let's just say you have an str1, all right, a string variable one, and here, if you want to format in a different variety, you can use these curly brackets, right? And you can put here such as 0, and I don't know, put a Python string format. I believe there's a let me see what is the Python string format for an integer. Python string format integer. I believe it's maybe a D. Normally D is what's being used. Right? I think it's a let me look really. I don't wanna confuse here my notes. Alrighty, here we go. So if you want to format, let's just start with something that you would definitely use. You definitely use like a float, and float in Python or other languages is a number that has got a decimal, right? It's got a number that's decimal, and basically you can use something like so the way I have liked this, right? Let me show you. And the reason I like this is because it's always worked well for me. Maybe you want to print something, right? You want to print, and in here, normally we would put some line of text, right? What you can do, Python allows you to put, I'm going to put some variables here too. Let's just say my pay, right, equals to, all right? And then in here, Robert, all right? So watch what happens. I can do single quote, right? And then I can put a n%, right? And then I can put some other things too. So what that means is that, so this is a little tricky. I don't think we have talked about it in lectures before. This allows me basically to format, various things in different ways. It's really good to know this method too. So here I can put a %d. That means %d basically means a integer, right? That an integer would be that a number, an integer would be sitting in there. Then you have a %s. S means a string value would go here. Then you have a %f, right? That means it's a float. And I'm going to make this some more numbers here just to show you that what's happened. Right. And then you have an n%, and then you have this parentheses, and inside that parentheses you put 3 values. My hours, right? My name, and my pay, right? So what you have to pay attention here is that if you have 3 of these m% symbols, you need to have three values or 3 variables here, because each one of those in that order would be replaced with that n%, right? So the cool thing about f is that you can put 0.2f. That means give me 2 decimal places, right? And when I go ahead and hit run on this line, oh, Robert is not declared because it needs to be in single quote, right? You see that how it changes the whole text to 2 decimal places, right? I can even say 1 decimal places, right? And that will change it. So in most cases, whenever you're dealing with a floating amount or a money amount, decimal amount, right, you want to use this kind of print statement, so it gives you the flexibility to control how many decimal places you output. All right. And so this has worked really well for me. I like this method, really well. All right. Now the other thing you can also do, which I'm not a big fan of, by the way, but you can also do something like this right here, single quote, and then you inside that you use a curly bracket, put position 0, right? Space, curly bracket, position 1, and then curly bracket, position 2. Here you can put a what's the dollar sign? Dollar sign is right here. I forgot to put a dollar sign right there too. But you know, the reason I love this is because I don't have to use a comma, I don't have to use a single quote. Everything could be just written. You know, I could write anything here, right? I can say, I walked. Watch what happens, right? Hours, right? You see how I have formed the string, you know, without using a plus or a comma or anything like that. Everything becomes in one string, right? Likewise, when you use a format, right, this other formula, right, what you got to do here is you can use a format and you can put okay, whatever I got there. Print is my pay, right? Was it my pay? Oh, my hours, I'm sorry, my hours, right? My name, my pay. I believe I'm missing a closing parentheses. All right, format expected at most 2 arguments, it got 3, right? Format expected at most 2 arguments, but got 3. So what is it referring to? Oh, I wonder, I'm missing my dot here, right? No, format. So I got, I mean, yeah, let me figure this out. All right, looks good to me though. All right, it turns out I had a silly mistake. I had a comma here, right? And in this case, take out the comma and then you can basically use that. But I'm, like I said, I'm not a big fan of this formatting at all. I love this kind of formatting because it allows me a lot of flexibility. Plus, I have been, you know, I've used this in C programming languages a lot, and even Java and other ones use it too. So hopefully this helps with some string and how to format things together. All right, well, good luck, and I will see you all on the next lecture.